Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hope everyone is having a great weekend. So this video, I know it is being released in a short time after the video that I dropped Friday night. I'm filming this Friday night and I'm going to drop it on Saturday. A good portion of this video was supposed to be in last night's video. YouTube just wasn't having it. I tried all day to get video upload, do things, just wasn't happening. So you know, technology is a blessing and a curse. So we're making another video to release tomorrow. I'm going to be doing some viewer comments. I'll address some of these from not last night's video, but 2 videos ago. I know it's confusing. I apologize. But there was some really good engagement on the channel, and you know, it's difficult to read everything. So when I see some comments that stand out, and there were quite a few of them, I want to touch upon them, maybe add some thoughts. I want to share an email that I got from a longtime viewer, and we'll see how much time we have left. Something else I want to address as well. So with that being said, my name is Jeff. For those of you who are new here, I am getting a lot of new subs. Welcome. And we like to talk what is working on eBay. And yeah, we're doing our best to muddle through this, to get through this year. So first comment I want to highlight is from Glitter and Sudsamir. I had a thought. If we give eBay access to our social networks, we would be locked in. They'd show other people's items on our social list. Just like eBay, we're giving them access through our contacts, which then gives them permission to do whatever they want. Then when Facebook or YouTube wants their cut, we'll have to pay them too. We built it, our social networks, and they will cannibalize our friends group to make more money. Nope, it's better to just keep it to ourselves as a future avenue to use just in case eBay is toast. Once they have control, we lose our ability to leave them out and go off on our own. I'm coming around to the end and sell similar, as I'm working to get off of eBay sometime in January. It won't matter, so why not? Jeff, I need advice. What was your method for Maria's? Okay, so I already answered that bit as to how I'm doing my eBay reset and sell similar, whatever you want to call it. I agree. I see no reason to, and I'll address some of this in the clips from today's video. But yeah, I see no reason as of right now. I think giving eBay access to our social networks is not a good thing at all. So Kevin Wilson says, I will not promote on eBay over 2% until I sell 10 items a day. And once I sell 10 items a day, 50 a week for 1 quarter, then I'll move up to the 4 to 5% to see if I can make more money. I responded, smart thinking, find a baseline, then use promoted listings to grow a business. I can get on board with that. Funny thing was, I was personally so close to averaging just 10 sales a day before April 1st happened. D-Day. We should just call it D-Day from now on. It definitely was a very destructive day in eBay history. I agree. I feel like pre-April, we all had a baseline. We knew what was normal. We knew immediately with a little bit of lag time that something was definitely wrong when they changed the algorithm that reduced our exposure in search. That's bottom line. That's what happened. Items through the way they do search, the similarity engine, whatever that's called, whatever. You know, we'll probably never know. But I agree. I think that's a very smart way to. That's the way, in my opinion, promoted listings. Or that's the way any kind of advertising should be. You should use advertising to grow your business. You shouldn't have to use advertising to get back the business that you already had, right? Yeah. Stoic Reseller. He says, I will share my experience. Thank you for this again. I stopped promoting all items at the beginning of August. I am a clothing reseller. I list around 8 to 10 items per day, 7 days a week, for transparency's sake. I charge for shipping, and I have a store around 650 items. I appreciate all of this information. Just upfront, the more information when people share experiences, the more relevant and the more people will be able to use it to compare them to their own store, the size of their store, anything you can include to color in the example. It makes a lot of difference, guys. I really appreciate that. I used to promote at a rate of 5% for about the life of the store, 3-ish years. Right now, sales are in an interesting flux. I am up, but do not have any form of consistency day to day. Don't we all? My goal is to combine numerous strategies I have seen across YouTube. This includes ending and sell similar, clean dashboard, clearing item-specific notifications, etc. My point is, sales have increased overall, while the items in my store have increased. I really do not want to trend in the same path as everyone else. I haven't paid promoted fees going on 3.5 months, with sales being mostly in the upward trend. Go the opposite direction and try to create your own path is how I see it. eBay is going to do what they are going to do. We cannot change that. What I can change is how much I pay them to screw themselves, LOL. And then I had asked him if he saw a dip in... I think everybody's concerned about turning off promotions, you know, as Jet has advised or recommended, or stated that in his group, they have learned that getting out of the promoted listings matrix is beneficial to one's account. So Stoic responded, sales definitely dipped. On my channel, I documented the process. I didn't remove all promoted items, but every new item did get promoted. Impressions and page views are about 50% of what they were prior to June. Due to the negative traffic, my store has swollen to about 650 items. Used to hover around 450. Key aspect to note, however, you would assume page views and impressions would grow as your items listed grows. Not the case for me. My page views have been hovering between 480 to 520 for the last 2.5 months. Another note, I pay attention to multiple YouTube channels. When one seller has a great day, it appears I also have a great day on the same day. A lot of coincidences right now. Spending Sense 44.4 says, also, my thoughts on the subject are, if you're willing to do these steps and pay so much on promoted listings, and you believe a large chunk of your traffic comes from an outside source like Google, when is it time to just put your items on your own site and elsewhere and just pay Google? After all, they have the search engine model perfected. And I think that comes back to, if I am going to be promoting my listings on eBay, on my social networks, then I might as well have my own website. And even if it's like a very basic website that is almost like just like an inventory of what you have, it's better to do that and reap all the benefits from promoting, essentially you'd be marketing. I had this thought today while I was driving. I was thinking about Carl from eBay Life, and he was doing a video on the newer form of promoted listings that was coming out. The off-site advertising. And I was thinking about eBay and how I don't know, maybe this is not accurate, but I feel like the majority of people on eBay are not marketers by trade, right? They just want to sell stuff. They just want to go out, find stuff, find cool items, list them, whether they treat this as a hobby, whether they treat it as a business, whether they're selling things around their house. Like, I have to believe that the majority of people on eBay are not like these crazy, like, marketing gurus. And I feel like eBay is like asking a lot of us to especially get into like pay-per-click marketing. It's getting to be a bit much. I just feel like, eBay should have stuck to what they do best, bring the traffic to the items. That's a perfect marriage. Let people, the amount of time I'm spending listing right now is ridiculously low. And that's going to come back to haunt me. So I need to figure out, for my own personal sake, I need to find that perfect blend of the stuff we have to do to sell our stuff, and then sell similar. Listing, YouTube, sourcing, it's, other platforms that I sell on, local sales. It's getting to be a bit much in terms of like how many things we all have to do these days. Okay, Nadine Kolkman says, what the hell are they doing with all this money they are making from promoted listings? Asking sellers to promote themselves via social media. We should charge them an advertising fee for doing that. I'm still not promoting. Stopped April 18th. Nadine, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked Stoic. When you stopped promoting, did you see a dip in your sales? Did it recover? How much, what was the time frame? If it did recover, did you have slow sales for a week and then it rebounded? Did you see sales right away, right? Like, I think the more information that we have from people who have gotten out, it will give other people more confidence to try it. Sue Moni says, speaking of new fees, I received a beta invitation from eBay asking me to give money to advertise outside eBay, such as Google. Yeah, it's here. Jack says, yeah, Jeff and I were talking about promoted fees last night. It's just for placement in search and on other people's listings. That's it. They are pocketing the fees. As with the coding change, that's all they did. Now they sit back and let us choose where we want to be in search, high, low, or no. Yeah, they're not doing, I think they're just banking the money. It's not advertising. It's a spider web of ads that are placed throughout the everybody's listings and in search, and they are essentially trying to create a marketplace where there is no organic traffic anymore, or very, very minimal. And this might have been my favorite comment. eBay from Cheddar Trees. eBay is pulling a McDonald's, increasing the price of the product and eliminating the dollar menu. They are banking on wealthier buyers trading down, meaning buyers that would frequent higher end establishments are eating Big Macs now, but they are leaving their value customers in the lurch because they never made much money off of them anyhow. I would say the low value customers to eBay are probably the sellers who don't promote. I would say for the most part. And obviously I know that there are some big sellers out there who do a lot of volume and they don't promote. But I think by and large, it's the people who, either don't understand promoted, refuse to, feel they don't need to, feel their products are unique enough. Yeah. Okay. All right. I received an email from Nash. Thanks for all the information you send my way. And I'm going to read to you. He says, the search has gotten exponentially more dysfunctional. See attached pic. And that's what I'm showing you guys right here. If you search Disneyland Resort Spirit Jersey XL, you get 63 results. But if you add the word men's to the search, shouldn't you get less results? Nope. You suddenly get 1,800 results. What about if I added the color blue to the search? Surely that would narrow down my search, right? Nope. Now you will get 1,900 results. The more words you search, the more results of sponsored listings show up. What the bleep is going on? Is this their tricky way of ensuring more impressions to their promoted payers? I noticed that this has gotten way out of hand in the last 2 days. Very tough to search comps when shopping in stores. And don't get me started on Terapeak. It's about 10% accurate now that they've expanded its research to a 3-year time. And this is what I was talking about in the video that dropped Friday night. Is what if everybody on the entire platform promoted at 30%? How would they possibly deliver on their promise of, what is it, leading to increased visibility? How would they possibly get that many impressions? It could not possibly be quality impressions. Obviously, this is a drastic example. Who's going to promote at 30%? But people, I'm sure, have in competitive category. Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't even say it. People for sure have, but the suggested rate, if we extrapolate how fast that suggested rate has gone up, it's going to be at 30% in no time. So the website's search results are cluttered, and that cannot be a good buying experience. Buyers will leave if they can't find. It's like what Polish Pete says: present people with too many choices and nothing. They'll do nothing. So yeah, the search, it's still a massive problem. I just got a comment that I want to address because I don't want to have to type it all out. This was Carl from eBay Life. This is on Friday night's video. I see you are coming around to agreeing with my video regarding the view on where the social advertising will most likely be the next pay-per-click promotion. Also, placement is advertisement. With that said, I agree they are very vague and elusive with clarity on where they advertise off-site. I will be putting up a video over the weekend and give another perspective on what I think is how it actually works. Looking forward to that. I do enjoy your stuff. But I just want to say that when I commented on your channel and I was basically saying that I don't agree with us promoting eBay's stuff. Now, I can see the logic behind the comment when you said, but yeah, it's your items that you're promoting. But there's a very strong chance that I could promote my item on my social networking link to try to get my item purchased from somebody in my social network. But there's also an extremely high probability that somebody would go click on the link, especially if they're not familiar with how it all works. They might think that they are buying an item of mine on one of the promoted listing ads, or they might see something that they like better on there, and I don't even get a sale. Brings me to another thought that I had regarding off-site, like Facebook or there's been talk that eBay is going to be advertising, they want to get into like Facebook marketing groups or targeted niches. I, for one, when I shop on Marketplace, when I shop on Marketplace, I literally just scroll past the ads. I'm not looking to be sold on something. I'm looking to be buying something, either something very specific for what I'm looking for, or I'm looking to buy stuff to resell. I'm not looking to buy stuff. Ads are the last thing I want to see. Like I skip over ads as quickly as they are there. So I just don't know how targeted they would be. Plus, a lot of people, I think, shopping on Facebook Marketplace are, they're on there because they want to buy local. They don't want to buy on eBay. Maybe they don't like shopping online or on eBay. B, maybe they don't want to pay shipping and handling, and they're just looking for something local. So I don't even know how effective and targeted it would be. I agree it's going that way, Carl. I just don't see an advantage right now for me to do that. I feel like eBay wants a double standard. They want us to pay for placement. I'm not even going to call it it's not advertising. I don't it's placement, bottom line. The next thing I want to talk about, and this is a first for me, and I'm not really quite sure how to approach it, but I just want to say that some of the comments about James on 2 videos ago, not really necessary. Whether you agree with somebody on how they do business, whatever they sell, like, unless they're doing something that is directly affecting you, it's just not really cool, in my opinion. I respect James for the time that he has invested in the platform, the effort that he gives forth to and shares with the community, the information that he shares. Do I agree with everything he does? No. I'm sure he doesn't agree with everything I do. I'm not even defending him. He doesn't need to be defended. But I think we can all agree, this has just been a tough year in general. It's I would say it's been the worst year of reselling in a very, very long time. For me, it's been my worst year of reselling. Maybe not monetarily, but just the hoops that we've had to jump through, and it can wear on you. And when he said he was going to 21%, I was just like, no, I don't agree with that. But he's got to do what he's got to do for his own business. And he'll figure it out. And he did figure it out. He reduced it. He was like, okay, this isn't working. And anybody who is trying to stimulate business or, figure out ways to course correct and then share that information every day, I respect that. And I mean, he's had some losses. Like, he lost his dog this year, and I know what that's like. I lost my dog in January, and I'm still not over it. I just started watching him this year. I don't know when exactly he lost his father, but loss is tough. And couple it with, what the changes that eBay has made, for better or for worse, have shaken the foundations of many sellers across the platform. And I think we can do better as a community to support each other. I couldn't not say something. You guys, take it for what you want. I had to say something because I didn't think it was cool how, one person says something and then a bunch of people just kind of said, whatever they said. If you can't say something nice about somebody, maybe don't say anything at all. It's unnecessary. So with that being said, the next 15 minutes are clips that were filmed on Friday afternoon that should have been on last night's video. And then after that, there's 2 minutes of a few things that I sold that I was supposed to be in last night's video as well. I'm gonna sign off for now, since I have spammed your YouTube feed with 2 videos in the span of 14 hours. I apologize, but I wanted to get caught up. I was feeling behind on YouTube. So have a good Friday night. It's weird when I do these videos out of sequence. So anyhow. All right, so I want to take a question right now because I want to tie it into something about this promoted listings and the social network sharing that's going on. So this is a question from Mike, Darth Thrifter. I'm looking at you. He says, Jeff, from everything I've heard about District, it has me concerned. It has a pyramid scheme vibe. I'm not criticizing anyone joining it, but in my opinion, I'm not feeling it. District is all about big content creators forming a marketplace that other sellers, content creators join underneath. The main creator gets a kickback from everyone underneath them. The point is to drive subscribers to District, or basically monetize subscribers through the form of purchasing items you sell. It's not really just attracting new buyers. Also, are selling costs set in stone? Probably not. They could raise them at any time. I'm going to pass, but I do wish you success on the platform. All right, there's a lot to unpack there, and I want to address a couple of these points. So, it has a pyramid scheme vibe. Do you know what a pyramid scheme is? Okay, because a pyramid scheme is where somebody gives you money, a recruiting cost, all right? And when another person joins them underneath them, more money is handled. The money is the transaction, the recruiting cost, right? Normally in a pyramid scheme where there's like a product or a service that is touted as being revolutionary, and there's like a recurring cost, a recurring monthly cost to purchase these products. They're normally very cheap to make. They're normally not that great, and it's the transaction, the recruiting fee that is the actual, as you get people, you make money that way. Those are illegal. Now, direct marketing, network marketing, is a business model. It's actually an ingenious business model. It's very hard to do. I'm sure many people watching this video have either been invited to a network marketing seminar or presentation at some point. Some of you have probably even joined a network marketing company. I can say I have in my early 20s. Like, I thought I was going to be a millionaire selling. I joined Excel Telecommunications back in the 90s, and I was like, oh man, this is amazing. They're paying people to market, right? Instead of running ads on TV, they're paying people to market this telecommunication service. You get your friends signed up. You save them money. In theory, it's a brilliant concept. I actually think network marketing, direct selling, whatever you want to call it, it's an opportunity. If you join a company that is good and solid and legit. The problem with most network marketing companies is that most people are just inherently lazy, right? If you get lucky and you get somebody who joins as a distributor and they're just a go-getter, like I remember when I joined Excel Telecommunications, the person who recruited me, he had recruited his neighbor who was in sales, saw this opportunity and just ran with it. And so the guy who recruited me was he had a junkyard. And he liked to talk, but to look at him, you would never think he was a good businessman, and he really wasn't that good. He got lucky because he recruited somebody. Now, direct marketing, there are direct marketing companies that are publicly traded. They're not pyramid schemes. So what District is simply doing is they are rewarding people, and of course they're going to go out and they're going to recruit influencers. They want people who have an audience. If you are an influencer and you've amassed an audience, you are somebody who is you're putting in the work. It's not easy to build an audience. It takes time. It takes time. It takes dedication. Of course, they're going to search out people like that. Of course, like, why would you not want to align yourself with people who already have markets? That's how a company who nobody knows about can get their recognition out there. And all they're doing is they're rewarding those creators who create marketplaces with a 5% profit on everything that is sold inside their marketplace. It's like a virtual mall. District is like, we have this platform, you create your marketplace. But the thing about District that I really like is that if you go to their website and you go to their main page and you search for something, it searches across all the marketplaces, right? It's a true search engine in that respect. It's not like when people search, they're only searching your marketplace. And not only that, it's gonna take work. It's gonna take work to actually build your marketplace. And I would suspect, like Jack and I have talked about it, like that money that you make as a creator of a marketplace, you're gonna need to take some of that money and learn marketing. You're gonna have to do that within your marketplace. It's not like you're just sitting back and collecting all this money. So I kind of feel like you are criticizing, because to call something a pyramid scheme is, it has a negative, it's illegal for one. So to say that, I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of disappointed that you would even associate a pyramid scheme with what appears to be a legitimate business. I don't make any money off of anything unless something sells, right? So if something sells for 10%, which is what their selling fees are, and then you say that, are they written in stone? Well, are eBay's written in stone? Like, you mean, if you want to talk about a company that is raising ways to take money from sellers, fees, whether they're raising the promoted, promoted wasn't a thing, right? If you'd have been selling on eBay for the last 10 years, and then suddenly now you're paying another 10% out of that's essentially raising your selling fees, right? No platform is going to have a selling fee written in stone. So I only make money when something sells, just like you only make money when something sells. You're not paying me to any additional. You're going to pay 10% no matter you create your own marketplace or whether you sign up and you join a marketplace. You're gonna pay that same 10% fee regardless. And then when you say the point is to drive subscribers to District, of course the point is to drive traffic to District. We want a viable alternative. Competition is a good thing. Or basically monetize subscribers to the form of purchasing items you sell. Of course, we all want to sell things. We all want options to be able to sell our items. Like, sticking with eBay and only selling on eBay, in my opinion, is one of the most dangerous things anybody could do. And it's not just because it's just eBay, it's because you're not diversified. Like, what if the Department of Justice case against eBay, what if they nail them? And I don't know. I mean, yes, they've got loads of money, but what if they want to make an example out of eBay? And this is like not going to happen. But let's just say that the fines were so bad that it actually caused eBay to just implode. Like, it's not going to happen, right? But this is an example of why you don't want to have all your eggs in one basket. Now, what eBay is doing, so network marketing, pyramid schemes, you go out there, you go to your friends and your families, and you're like, well, I mean, if you're in a real pyramid scheme, you don't go to your friends and your family because you don't want to hurt them. But let's just look at network marketing. You go to your friends and your families, and you are rewarded for those efforts, right? Your hard work, you're paid. on the recurring sales of the product, and you're paid on the like the monthly the monthly fees that people pay just to be a distributor. Now, so you're going into your social networks. This was a long-winded point to make here about what eBay is doing. You're going into your social networks, but you're being monetized. You're being financially rewarded for the work that you put in. eBay now is making a push for us to go into our social networks, right? Our Facebooks, our Twitters, our Instagrams. Sorry, Maria's calling. I'm not going to answer. Okay, sorry about that. I ended up answering by accident. eBay wants us to go into our social networks. They want us to push. They want us to drive traffic back to them. But you're not getting any financial compensation for that. Now, of course, you can say, well, what if you sell an item? Well, yeah, of course. What if you sell an item, right? Or what if you drive traffic back to your page and then that customer ends up buying another competitor's items? Then you've gone into your social networks. You have not gotten financially rewarded for it, and you've brought eBay another customer. That, in my opinion, is... it's not a pyramid scheme, but it's more of a pyramid scheme than, and promoted listings to some degree, if you think about it. Going back to my example of if everybody on the platform is promoting at 30%, they would be incapable of delivering on the promise that you're getting 30% more views than other 30% more views than who? If everybody is promoting. That seems more sketch than a platform who is rewarding people who actually go out and create a marketplace and talk to their friends, talk to people in, whatever niche they are. Like for me, I know somebody locally who he sells on eBay. He may want to, branch out. I saw him at the last comic show. I talked to him about the reset. I explained to him, how he could generate more sales. He did it and it worked. But I don't know if he's going to keep doing it. He was not promoting. He was promoting at a very low rate. Sorry, somebody's messaging me on Marketplace now. So I hope that clarifies something. Someone else says, it seems like District is geared towards people who are already comfortable with live streaming, which I am not. I don't do Whatnot, don't do YouTube, and don't intend to start. Please help me understand if I am wrong. It's not that they're geared toward it. It's just one, they do auctions, buy it nows, and live streams. And the thing that I like is that they're taking a little bit of all the platforms that are out there, and they are incorporating it into the website, which tells me that they adapt and they change to what the marketplace is evolving into, and I like that. So I don't see myself doing live streams anytime soon. That's not something that I really kind of want to do. I think Whatnot is a bit of a hustle in terms of the amount of work that you put into it to what you get back in terms of your auctions. But if you have a large enough following, it works for some people, right? So I would rather have all three options available to me than only two, right? Because having all three options available, if somebody, maybe they only do Whatnot, right? Maybe they only do Whatnot. They only like the live stream. So I would rather have them be able to join my marketplace and be like, well, you can do live streaming, versus not having it. Then you don't have access to bring that reseller into your marketplace. I hope that helps. Okay, so I'm going to end this video on. I'm going to take one other question right now. I've got too many. This video has gone on long enough, and I want to get it out today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a follow-up video probably tonight or tomorrow, talking about the rest of the questions and then any new questions or comments that I get on this channel. So I want to end this with a comment that Jet, everything is great, says. He goes, if 3 sellers have the same item for the same price and their accounts are similar in all metrics, one seller promotes at 15%, the next seller promotes at 9%, and the last seller doesn't promote at all, who is going to get the sales? Who's going to get the sales? Think about that. So now take the same scenario, except the seller that doesn't have promotions decides to lower their price and give the money they would have spent on promotions to the customers in the form of a lower price. Who will get that sale? Just figured it would be an interesting set of questions since eBay's own data shows the majority of buyers shop lowest price first. We all know that eBay would never cheat the market by hiding or manipulating things to maximize profits. We know this because they stress how sellers need to provide a great customer experience or else we will be penalized. Do you think eBay would put profits before customer experience? Yeah. So, what do you guys think? Who would get the sale out of those 3? And or who would get the sale if one of them lowered their price to go below the other ones? Because I've often thought, I'm not going to promote, and I'm just going to pass that savings on to the buyer in the form of a markdown sale. But it doesn't seem like markdown sales work anymore. And it seems like the only way you get sales is if you promote. So let me know what you guys think to that question that Jet proposed. And I'm going to end that here. And I'm going to request that you feed that YouTube algorithm, do all the things. I was also on a live with Chemo yesterday. If you didn't get a chance to check that out, we had a good time over there with him and his wife, Spam Banshee. It was a good time. But yeah, we need more transparency in the promoted listings. We need to know what our money is being spent on, how it's being quantified, and yeah, all the stuff that I talked about already. I sit down and look at my notes, and I hope I covered everything that I wanted to cover, and if I didn't, I will cover the rest of it on tomorrow's video with the comments and everything new that you guys talk about. So have a great Friday. I'm going to include after this, I'm going to include last night's. There was going to be 2 or 3 minutes of things that I sold, but it's fast, and yeah, sold a couple cool things. So that'll be like the credits. So if you kind of want to bail now, you can bail now. If you want to see a few cool things that I sold, you can see a few cool things that I sold. So take care. We will see you soon. Peace and blessings to you all. All right, so these are the sales that I woke up to today, and why I really kind of feel like things are a little bit normal, at least for me right now, is because all of these things are extremely super long tail, but they all add up. And especially when you look at, so these 3, there's 3 advanced selling kind of like salesman's courses. I got these for free. I got a whole box of cassette things like this, courses off of Craigslist. You just didn't want them anymore. Some of them, I would say about a third of them I just redonated, but these sold for $48 including shipping. Berta, it's a sewing magazine. This surprised me. These 2 sold for $40 including shipping, and they still have these pattern things in it. There's a market for people who sew. It's gonna sit for a while, but if you get them cheap, I picked these up at a garage sale, probably $1 for the pair. These 2 buttons, marijuana, kind of like hippie culture. These sold for $16 including shipping. This is actually not even English. This is, I want to say Chinese. That looks like Chinese. I get some, I don't even know what it's called, to be honest with you. I have it, Yangzhou Dream Foreign Manga Atsuko Fujita Tong Li Girl Comic. So Tong Li is the publisher. This sold for $27 including, I mean $27 including shipping. Yeah, including shipping. So I have a ton of these. They're really slow sellers. You know, you really got to find that perfect, but you know, I probably paid $1/4 for this. And then this was another freebie actually. I got a bunch of DVDs. Someone was just giving away. This whole for $16 including shipping. And then one of my local sales today. I might have more, but this one for sure is going to happen. This is $20. It's a beautiful, inside is beautiful. Like this art. I love this minimalism. I don't really know how to describe it, but the frame, it's got some damage on the frame. It's going to need to be reframed. So I accepted an offer for 20, and that's I'm going to drop that off today when I'm on my way to my shipper. So, you know, I'm happy with 6 sales waking up. That's the rest of the day to go now. All right, 2 sales that I woke up to today after a killer day yesterday on Wednesday. These let's see. Oh, 1958. That makes it even cooler. 65, 70 years old. So, correction, 3 sales overnight. God, this brings back memories. This didn't sell for a lot, $16 including shipping, but it's still in the poly bag, which I was a little surprised it didn't go for more, given how many wrestling fans there are, but maybe these are mass produced on some level. I don't know. I've had this for a while. I had multiple copies. I believe this is the last one, so, you know, if it's not going to sell for that much or that quick, I'm glad to see it go. All right, guys, it is Friday, late Friday night. I was winding down, laughing at Primo and Spam's Tiki Hour. I get this offer on this. Actually, he added it to his watch list. I sent an offer, and he countered literally like $1.50 below where I had made an offer at. So it was originally at $20.78. I think I did a 10% off, and then he offered another, like, I think it was $16.75 plus $10 shipping and handling. I messaged him and I'm like, whereabouts in the States are you? Of course he's in Florida. This is a cool piece. It's Treasure Craft of Hawaii plate. It's really nice, but I was like, you know what? I just want to sell it. I'm like, I'm not going to make that much. I probably paid $2. You know, after fees, I'm probably going to make $12, $13. And then I do my upsell. And he buys 5 buttons at $48 total. And he comments on, you know, he appreciates all the unique items that I have in my store. And this is just a reminder of why I list the things that I do, is because you just never know what people want. You literally just have no idea. I mean, No Pain, Crisis Center, airline merch, yeah, that'll sell. Polynesian Cultural Center ambassador, I mean, $48 plus $16, that is why I list the kind of items that I do. And this is why I will accept low offers. A, to get rid of merchandise. B, you never know when it's going to lead to a bigger sale, repeat customer, etc.